Hey, Alex. A lot of the prognosticators in the draft process were, at least nationally, had the Steelers needing to select an outside linebacker early. Did you take that as like, hey, what about me? I'm here. I played last year and played well. How did you look at that whole process? And then the Steelers didn't take an outside linebacker early, obviously showing faith in you.
I mean, yeah, I did see some reports about that, that really just gave me more motivation, just be the best that I can be and just continue to work harder. And so I think that shows that, they do have faith in me to be able to come in and, just to earn this spot and earn this role. And so I really just say, it just gave me like more motivation, just work even harder, when I did see those reports coming out.
Tim Benz.
Alex, a lot of the things we're hearing about you during your time as a starter once Bud went down is that you're smart, you're coachable, you're reliable and steady. What are the aspects of your game that need to improve this year to channel some of those benefits of your personality? What else needs to grow as a player for you to become the guy that can get sacks and big plays behind the line of scrimmage and some of the splash plays needed at that position?
Yeah, I feel like I can always just continue to work on my mental game, study more film and just having the most IQ that I can have. Just one thing that came into this offseason, wanting to do was just to get stronger, gain a few pounds, but really just put on a lot of muscle. And so I feel like I've done that and I feel like I've got a lot stronger. So just being strong in the run game, being strong in pass rush, and also just polishing my moves, polishing the moves that I have right now. So I feel like, it's been a great offseason so far. I'm ready for people to see all that I've been working on.
Brooke Pryor.
Hey, Alex, first of all, congrats. I think I just saw that you got engaged. That's awesome. You mentioned, that you wanted to put on some weight, get stronger. How much did you gain weight-wise or muscle-wise? Is there a way to kind of quantify that, what you've been doing this offseason?
Yeah, I gained about, probably 3 pounds this offseason, but I feel like it's a good, 3 pounds. I was around 250 last year. Right now, I'm 253, 254. So I'm trying to maintain that right now and just be at that, going into camp this season.
Ray Fittipaldo.
Yeah, Alex, how do you handle the expectations of being a starter this year as opposed to last year when you were sort of, thrust into that role after Bud got hurt?
Yeah, I'm just coming in, with the expectation, just the mindset to just be the best that I can be. I'm coming in and stepping into this role. And so I'm excited and blessed to have this opportunity. And so I just know I got to go in and make the most of it. The same thing happened to me in college, when I didn't end up starting my first couple of years in college, ended up starting and, took advantage of that opportunity. So I feel like, when my opportunity presented to me, I'm always going to take advantage of it. So that's something that I've been working for this offseason. I'm just going to continue to work for these last couple months of this offseason. So it's exciting. I'm ready for the challenge.
Joe Rutter.
What exactly did you learn from Bud last year? Were there ways he was able to help you and show you the ropes of being a, outside linebacker?
Yeah, Bo was a great teammate. I'm definitely going to miss him being around the locker room. Me and him were right next to each other in the locker room. So I'm definitely going to miss having him around. He taught me a lot, just like I always say in my interviews, I was, blessed to be able to learn from best pass rush doing the game, with him and TJ. And so just learning him, watching his film, just talking about moves with him, he's someone who's polishing his moves, who knows how to rush the passer. So that was really what I was able to take away from just, it's his knowledge, of pass rush. And so I feel like I was able to polish some more of my moves by learning from him.
Will Graves.
Alex, kind of building off that, what's your relationship with TJ been like this spring as opposed to last spring when, you're drafted, you're virtual, there's no in-person stuff at all, or there's not even a lot of communication? I'm just sort of curious, how would you describe your rapport with TJ and what did you guys do, if anything, in the offseason to sort of communicate and try to build a rapport that you hope to carry on to the field?
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet because he's been training where he's training. I've trained where I'm training, but we keep up a lot. We've both taken up golf. It's kind of an all-season hobby, and so we talk about that a lot. So that's pretty cool. I know when he gets back, we're probably try to hit the course sometime. But I'm excited to be able to take the field with him this year. Just to be alongside of him rushing the passer. So it's gonna be exciting. Can't wait for it.
Jeff Athorn.
Alex, you mentioned the improvements you want to make. What were the biggest lessons you learned on field that you carry over into this year?
The biggest lessons, I'd probably say just to, always, first of all, always be ready and always be prepared mentally. That's something I feel like, separates the good from the great in this league, because everyone's talented. Everyone's talented to be able to get to the NFL, but, what separates the good from the great is the great are the guys who study film and the guys who, know what to do mentally. So I'm just going to take that just to another level this year by studying even more, and just so that I can be able to recognize formations and that'll help me just to be able to get off the ball faster. And so that was something I learned just being able to watch my film. I feel like towards especially the first couple of games, when I came in for Bug, I was slow off the ball at times because I was seeing too much. But as the game started slowing down for me, I was able to process things easier. And so I feel like the more rest that I get, the slower the game is going to come for me. And so that'll help me just get off the ball faster, create more pressure, and get more sacks.
Jenna Harner.
Alex, kind of along those lines too, just what advice, now that you've gone through this one time, granted this is a different OTAs than this year, what advice are you kind of giving to some of the new guys here, if any?
Yeah, just come in and just outwork everyone, just make the most of your opportunity. A lot of people want to be in the position that we're in the NFL. We're blessed to be able to play the game that we love for a living and do it for a living. And so I just actually was on a Zoom call with them last week, and so talking to the rookies and new guys. And so I just told them come in to make the most of your opportunity. The average career span in the NFL is like 2 to 3 years. So you got to, when you get this opportunity, you got to make the most of it. So that's the main thing I'm just grateful to. Just make the most of your opportunity. Just come in and work, and just try to eliminate distractions. Because that's what hurt guys who have talent, who make it in this league. The ones who have the talent, the ones who are really good, they don't make it because it's probably some off the field distractions and stuff like that. So I say eliminating that stuff and just coming in and just focusing on the task at hand. The task at hand is to win the Super Bowl here.
Hey Kevin, how's it going?
It's going good.
Hey, I was wondering if you could walk us through some of the main differences between Coach Sean and Coach Adrian. And I noticed one thing that when you guys were under center, you guys had your hand on the ground. Is that something that Coach Clemens is emphasizing here this spring?
Yeah, he's emphasized it more definitely for the tackles, being more, more often doing 3-point stands. Last year I did 3-point stands the whole year, so it didn't really change for me. But some of the guards they did 2-point stands last year. He's trying to get a little bit away from that, to be able to come off the ball a little more.
Let's go to Jeff Hathorn. Jeff?
Kevin, how different is it for you this year with new guys on your left and right? And what's that feel with the group without Marquise and Villanueva there?
We just have to adapt, Been my offensive lines of any team I've been on, been able to plug people in and still be able to do what they need to do, get done. We're going to miss the leadership of Pouncey and them, but, we're going to have to adjust. We can't hold on to it. We have to move on and start our own stuff.
Dale Lally.
Kevin, Mike Tomlin also always talks about the biggest jump for a player being between year 1 and year 2. How different do you feel this year coming into this? And you actually have some OTAs this year, which you didn't have last year.
I just feel more prepared. I say prepared. I just know what's to come. Last year, all the COVID stuff, I had no idea when I was supposed to come up to Pittsburgh. I didn't know what we were going to do, what type of practices were going to be. Now I can expect it, and I know what to work for. And I worked for it all the offseason, being able to get ready for what I know is coming.
Brooke Pryor.
Hey, Kevin. I believe that you train with Duke Manyweather down in Dallas in the offseason, also where Kendrick Perkins and Dan Moore were training pre-draft. Did you get to know them at all before they ended up here? And what have you seen out of them early in OTAs?
I got to talk to them at the place that they was training at. I got to kind of talk to the group and tell them about my first year in the league. And I've noticed that I feel like they're sponges. They take in the information that's given to them. They're trying to do it to the best of their ability. It's going to be a little rough to get it in the first day or two, but you kind of got to get it rolling after a while.
Jenna Harner.
Kevin, you mentioned just talking about, your first year in the league. What did you share with these guys? What do you, what did you learn, I guess, from year one that you want to kind of, I guess, bestow on these rookies in year two?
The main thing I wanted to tell them is, once you take your first snap in the league, you're no longer a rookie. So, people are going to hold you to their high expectation, even in practice. So if you've played a game, even if you haven't played a game, once you made it to the league, you're really not a rookie anymore. People don't have any, sympathy for, oh, this is his first year. No, it's if you get plugged in, you need to be able to compete. We can't slow up for anybody. So I feel like they'll be able to do this. I feel like they're ready to, compete with NFL guys.
Will Graves.
Kevin, you mentioned the leadership void left by Pounce and, the Al and some of those guys. I mean, is it, you expect it to sort out just naturally, or are there guys that you think are maybe predetermined or, to maybe be that guy that can be the leader in the group? I mean, I know Dave has been around a long time, but he doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to be like a, hey, let's go guy, much like Pouncey was.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where somebody's going to fall into that role. It's not really known right now. It's not one of those things that's just, oh, this is for sure him. He's going to be the leader, something like that. But I think it'll be at least around game 2 or 3 where we'll find out who's really going to be the leader of the O-line at least.
Christopher Carter.
Kevin, you guys have got to interact with Najee Harris. What's it been like with the offensive line getting to know the running back that they're going to be blocking for the next several years, and just some of the interactions that you guys have had and how you guys have felt just getting to know each other in these first few OTAs?
Just from practice alone, he does his drills to his maximum potential. He does what he's supposed to do. He does the passing, not the passing, the route running, the running plays, he's hitting where he's supposed to hit. No backside, no cutback. It's where he's supposed to be, until he fully understands the offense. I feel like he'll be good.
Mark Caboli.
Hey, Kevin, back on that leadership one more time. It seems like Banner has a personality to be that type of guy, but he hasn't played a ton. He's only played a handful of snaps. Do you need to have, a ton of experience to be a leader? And do you see Banner potentially falling into that role?
Yeah, I can see him being in that role. He definitely has a big personality. I think it's something that we could follow, Yeah, I feel like he could fall in that role. His personality is to the point I feel like he could be a leader.
Joe Rudder.
Kevin, when you went home for the offseason and, as things unfolded, was there anything you wanted to work on? Was there anything they were told, that they wanted to see more from you in the offseason or for this coming year?
They wanted me to train more left. That's really where they have me right now. So that's pretty much what I did the whole offseason was train for left side, just to get a little more comfortable in it. Because last year when I played it, I really wasn't too comfortable with it. But I feel like I'm way more comfortable now.